Regiment.
Well, the name regiment means, it's a French word, it's a military word. It means order and structure and discipline. And we chose that name for our hair care products. Everyone thought they were like regiment, and I thought because our industry is so out of control,
Right.
we needed a regiment, we needed a routine, and it was just God's divine wisdom in picking that name, and even goes into the whole system,
Wow.
the regiment for everything that you do that's successful is a result of a regiment.
Right.
It's a routine.
Discipline.
It's doing the same thing. It's order. It's structure. And so I'm just amazed at how when we allow God to lead us, He actually opens up the bigger picture that He has for us by us taking those first steps.
Right.
So that's how we came up with the name Regiment.
And I know that, even in our spiritual journey, it's all about discipline. And I mean, He knows that we're going to fail here and there and gives us the ability to recover from those things.
Exactly.
But the whole idea is success comes from doing something right the first time or the second time or the third time, whatever time it takes for you to get it right.
Right.
And sometimes you need that clear instruction, the direction,
Exactly.
which is what you're given, a clear direction, the motivation that
Exactly.
you need also, and a supportive environment.
Exactly.
And so that's what we're creating here.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yeah. So with Regimen, I like the name, and you said it was given to you by God, and I think that's awesome. So I know I love my natural hair. I don't know what to do with it.
Natural hair. That has become so controversial, and
Right.
it means so many different things to so many different people.
Right.
Natural hair does not mean the absence of a professional to care for your hair. And I see a lot of people thinking, oh, my hair is natural, I don't need to have my hair done professionally anymore.
Right.
I always tell people that healthy hair begins with a healthy scalp and healthy ends. So therefore, you still need to have a professional to take care of it. Taking care of your hair is more than just your hair, it's your scalp. Because your scalp is where all the health comes from. And where does that come from? It comes from what you're putting into your body. And so I always tell people that you need to make sure that you consider the whole process. You can't say, my hair is going to be natural, I'm never going to comb it. The reason why we came up with the products is because people are saying, oh, I'm going to cold wash. Well, if you think about the whole concept of cold washing, have you ever taken a shower with lotion? And so that wouldn't work.
Right.
So it's the same with your hair. You need to cleanse your scalp. The reason why we shampoo our scalp is to fight disease.
Right.
And we don't do that if we're not using some type of cleanser or some type of peppermint or something that's going to actually invigorate it and actually get rid of all the bacteria. And so that's how we actually came up with this system and teaching people how to take care of their hair at home. You know,
your scalp is actually an extension of your face. It's your skin. It's skin.
It is.
And skin is one of your detoxing organ. And there are 5 detoxing organ. You have the skin, you have the lungs, you have the liver, the kidney, and the colon.
Exactly.
And now a lot of people know about colon.
Yeah.
We're a detox. Colon all day, right?
And the lymphatic system.
And the lymphatic system also helps with that, with also the immune system. So the skin being the largest organ, it actually is helping the immune system by creating barriers, like you're saying. There's certain bacteria that are on our scalp that don't need to be there, and there's some that needs to be there.
Right.
And then as far as breathing, your skin needs to breathe. So if you have junk on your skin, then you're going to be choking the follicles, right, of the hair. So I understand how important it is to wash your hair. Some people do that. I just wash my face with water. Well, then you have dirt still on there. It's the same thing. I just wash my hair with water. No, you need a proper cleanser. You need a proper cleanser. The same thing that you probably would do with your hair, and then a moisturizer.
Exactly.
So tell me your system. You have 7 products.
Yes, you have 7 products, and the reason why I only have 7 products is because I think people get bombarded and they're confused when you go into a store and there's like 20 different shampoos and 20 different conditioners. So it can be for me as a professional, it was frustrating. So I wanted to come up with a very simple, systematic approach to show people, you have people who have, curly hair, people who have straighter hair. I don't believe in it, I don't believe in black and white hair. I believe the hair is either curly or straight. And we have the same needs as far as either bringing more oil in or taking some of it out. And so we have the curly girl, which is more for people who have curlier hair. Because curlier hair, the oils don't necessarily get to your scalp.
Mm-hmm.
So you need something that's more hydrating.
Mm-hmm.
Where people who have straighter hair, they get more oil. So the straight Diva doesn't have as many oils in it. It's more of a strengthener. So I try to make it real simple, and then you know, we have like a foam for styling. We have a gel. It's actually made of aloe vera, so it's really natural. You can put it on your skin. And even with our shampoo, I've recently realized you can even use it on your body. You know, you can use it as a shower gel. You can use it on your face. That's how mild it is. And so you want to cleanse it without a lot of detergents. And so that's what we've done. We've taken a lot of the detergents out, and we've left more of the cleansers, like the peppermints and things that are more natural, that are going to actually cleanse your scalp without taking all of the good things out of it.
The nutrients out of the skin. Awesome. I love peppermint. I love the feeling of peppermint on my skin. It's very invigorating. One of the things that I love about my old hairstylist was his massaging of the scalp, and he'd use that peppermint thing, you know, shampoo, and I mean that's all I go there for.
The shampoo. Most people fall in love with the bowl.
So and I noticed, like, sometimes when, you know, I go to different salons, they don't do enough massaging of the scalp. It's just like rubbing, boom, boom, boom. So how important it is for massaging the scalp, and the product, what product would you massage into the scalp?
Well, I always tell people, first of all, the most important part of the process, and when I was in the salon and working with people, new stylists, I always explain to them, this is the most important part of the process. Because at the bowl is where you kind of can assess what's going on with their scalp and their skin. It's where, like, when you go to the doctor's office, you're sitting in the, you know, at the table, and they're assessing you. Well, the bowl is one of the most important parts. You want to make sure they don't have any abrasions. You want to make sure they don't have any skin things that are going on with them that are medical, you know, before you start taking care of them. So you want to make sure, and the reason why massaging their scalp is so important is because that's what helps your blood to circulate. That's how you get all the things that are on the scalp off. And so that's one of the most important part. You know, just because your hair is pretty, if your hair isn't properly cleansed and moisturized, then you're not going to get it's not going to last. And so what I tell people is that when the first time you want to really, you know, I always scratch people's scalp first at the bowl because you want to kind of go through and look at it. But when you're at the massaging part of it, you want to massage when you're shampooing, but you're massaging the scalp. And you hear people, oh, I shampooed my hair at home and it got tangled. You don't scrub your hair, you scrub your scalp. And you don't scrub with your nails. You're using your fingertips to really massage it and get the blood flowing. And then you're going to use the conditioner on the hair. And while it's on the hair, you're massaging it. So through the whole process, there should be some hand-to-hand, you know, the manipulation and the massage. That's the most important part of the whole process.
All right, so everyone, I got a gift today.
Because she is a gift to my life.
Oh my God. So I'm going to pick out one product. Actually, I'm going to pick the big one out.
Okay, yes, that is actually either the scalp cleanser or the treatment. What does it say?
Straight Diva hair treatment. So this is volume reduction, frizz control, and it's paraben free, which is great.
Yes.
So you know that it's non-toxic. So this is for the straight hair.
Well, actually, it's for, you can use it on straight or curly hair. That one is more of a strengthener. What I've noticed that most people who do their hair at home themselves, they're not using enough strengtheners. So that's why I gave you that one, because it's going to really help to make your hair stronger. And I also put the travel sizes of the, you get to try both of them, but I gave you the travel size of the curly girl. So when you're traveling, because I know you travel a lot,
hydrates the scalp, cleanser.
You have your little regimen.
Ooh, I love that. Oh, beautiful.
And so when you're traveling, they won't make you throw this away. You can take this with you on the go.
Oh, relaxer treatment.
That's the
relax
girl.
Scalp cleanser.
And then that's the
hydrating treatment. This is the whole thing.
And the reason why we call it a scalp cleanser is because we wanted to teach people the importance of focusing on the scalp. When you say shampoo, people kind of think scrub your hair. When you say cleanser, scalp cleanser, it kind of tells you what to do. So each of the products are designed to tell you what they're supposed to be doing. Like the Secure is to hold your hair.
It's a system.
It's a system.
And each of these products, these are the samples, have a purpose.
Yes.
So you have to use them all together.
Yes.
It's just like all the organs in the body. You know, it's a system.
Exactly.
So they don't just work on individually. Secure spray, all day whole botanical extracts for enhanced shine. Tell me a little bit about that.
Because every girl wants a good spray that she can use on her hair to kind of give it some hold without making it sticky or making it too hard.
Yeah.
And so that's what that is. It's like a nice flexible hold.
Right. I don't like sticky and hard.
Right.
I have had those in the past.
Yes.
And it takes it doesn't come out very easily. All right. So I have secure gel, natural hold.
It's a natural hold, and that's what I have on the sides of my hair. It's actually just aloe vera gel, because I wanted products that were
hydrated,
look at it, you know
too.
what they are, and they can actually serve for other purposes as well.
Awesome. And you know what? It's like the #1 product in this ingredient, which means that it has a high concentration. So aloe vera, which aloe vera is very good for your skin, for moisturizing,
if you burn yourself,
soothing,
or exactly, sunburn.
Awesome. So like when I have my natural hairdos, it helps to get these little sides in. Okay. All right, let me see what else is in my gift bag. So this is a straight Diva hair cleanse.
So this is the shampoo, the cleanser, and then the treatment.
Okay.
And this will probably last you like forever.
Really?
Because you only use a little bit.
Just a little bit, right? And this is sulfate free and paraben free, which is very good. And the #1 ingredient here is water, which is very good. Okay, so that's how I read my labels.
And it's good that you know that, because most people don't understand the importance of reading labels. When you read a label, the first ingredient tells you, the order of the ingredients tell you what the highest concentration is.
Yeah, and with the fact that the other one had aloe vera, which is also hydrating, it's almost like putting water in here too. All right, any more here? Oh, there's more. There's more, guys. Protecting oil heat guard. Okay. So oil, I get very funny with oil because there's some oils that will seep from your scalp into your face and cause breakouts. Right. And then there's some oils that weigh your hair down if you have it straightened out. This looks very
it's very light, and you can use it. Either you can use it on your scalp, you can use it on your skin. It actually is light enough to put it on your skin, because I have really oily skin.
And I'm laughing right now because I was reading up on great hair oil, oils for your hair, and you have them in here.
Yeah, I like
coconut oil, argan oil, organic sunflower oil, shea butter. I mean, oh my God, hazelnut oil, grapeseed oil. So lavenders, I love that, and eucalyptus, that's great. Rosemary, vitamin E, kosher vegetable glycine, kosher, which is great. I mean, it's special thing. And then green tea leaf extract.
So it has that mentholated flavor for it.
Okay, so because I was gonna go out there and get some argan oil, but look, I have all the oils I need right here
in one little bottle.
This is a protecting oil. So if you said heat guard, so for someone who's straightening the hair.
Like whenever, one of the things I explain to people, if you're gonna go back and forth between natural, wearing your hair straight, natural hair does not mean that you don't put heat on it.
Right.
Because heat is not, the enemy is not so much, the biggest enemy to our hair is the heat. Because we're using, we see our stylists use flat irons and all these tools. Before, the tools that we use, our clients couldn't get them.
Right.
So now that our clients can get the same tools that we get, but they're not using the same products, so that's where you're having more heat damage.
Yeah.
So that kind of protects your hair.
Plus their technique might be off like mine.
Yeah. And honestly, if you have the same tools or the same technique, there's going to be a disconnect. So this kind of helps you with having something to kind of protect your hair at every phase. This is protective, this is protective, and that's protective. So the more protection you put on, the less likely you are to have heat damage.
And I like the fact that most of these seem like they're more hydrating, and this kind of like seals the moisture in. Awesome. Is there any more in my little gift bag?
Yes, there is.
Oh my goodness.
Is the 3-day detox.
3-day detox.
So that's for your inside.
Okay, so the 3-day detox has 3 little packets, and I'm gonna ask you a little bit about it.
I think it should be 4. Is it 4 or is it 3?
It's 4.
4.
You're right. 4 because we have a little pill.
Some pills.
Okay. So tell me about the first. What's the first thing I do here?
Okay, the first thing that you do on the 3-day detox is the first day is a mono fast.
Okay.
Because one of the things that I've learned through this whole process of going whole food plant-based is that most people have greater success when they have a time of fasting. And so the first day of the detox is, if you look at it, it kind of tells you the first day is a mono fast. And the mono fast, the reason why you want to do a mono fast is because it's really easy on your digestive system. It takes the guesswork out of what you're going to eat a little bit sweeter.
Right.
And so the first day of the detox is just the fast, where I talk about spending some time with God, cutting your phone off, disconnecting from all the distractions, because we
Yes.
need a detox from our phones because they are so controlling.
Oh, they are.
Yes. Yeah. And so that's the first day of the detox.
Okay. Well, that is awesome because, I never really had anyone incorporate this spiritual part into hair care,
Right, yeah.
or cleansing, or just even just talking about just dealing with your body overall. And it's important that we actually include that. It's very important. And you're right about the cell phone and all that. As a matter of fact, I do have one of my favorite songs. And see if I can find it soon while you're talking. I'm going to let you go to day 2. So day 1 is we're cleansing.
Right.
We're cutting off some of the stuff that we call it monofast, right?
Exactly.
We're cutting off from some of the things that we're somewhat addicted to, the phone, the computer, all that stuff, and just kind of spend some time with God. Then what that does is also reduce our stress too.
It does.
And all right, so that's day 1. Day 2. What would
Okay,
do
day 2 is going to be actually going into the cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that day, you're going to actually take the cleansing powder, which is basically minerals. Because I've learned that most of the diseases that we struggle with are normally a result of a deficiency. And so by putting those an excess of those minerals in your body, it kind of helps to flush things out. And so that's what the second day is basically still the same thing, quiet time. I tell people that, if you want to, when you're doing this, you want to be able to be at home.
Right.
You want to be close to the restroom. You don't want to be out and about. This is not that kind of detox. This is actually a really detox. And so you're going to do the cleanse in the morning. You're going to do it with either 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon, depending on your digestive system.
Okay.
And depending on also your weight. For men, they would probably do 1 tablespoon. And
so what's the main ingredient?
Magnesium.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's magnesium.
So magnesium actually helps to get the bowels going. And I know I've tried magnesium 07, and that definitely helps me to go. Now, do you have to drink a lot of water with that?
You want to drink a lot of water, and it says that on it. For the first, when you're doing the cleanse, you're going to do the tablespoon, and then every 15 minutes you're going to drink 8 ounces of water. So you're flushing all the water back into your body. That your body is going to need to kind of get everything cleaned out.
Yeah.
And
you do lose water when you're going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of water.
All right, so you have to rehydrate your body by including the water. I noticed there was some ginger slice in there. I see something about ginger slice. Tell me, how does the ginger work within your cleanse?
Well, with the actual, you're going to be taking it's a tea, and you're going to take the tablets and make a tea out of it. And the reason why I said to add ginger is because some of the ingredients in there are kind of pungent, and they have more of a bitter taste. And if you use the crystallized ginger, it kind of balances it out. And ginger is really good for your digestion. It's good for inflammation. It's going to really help you to kind of relax as well.
Right. Yeah, I love ginger. So now day 3.
Day 3 is the flush.
Yeah.
And the flush is vitamin C. And one of the only diseases that we've seen in our country, in our time, is from a vitamin C deficiency. And most of us struggle with that and we don't even know it. And so when you do the vitamin C, it's going to help your lymphatic system get a lot of the extra toxins and all those build up. So one is going to work on the outside of you, which no TV, no cell phone, no distractions. Then you have the cleanse of your colon, which is the day 2, and then day 3 is going to really work on your lymphatic system. So and then by then it's going to kind of help to break some of those ties that you have with the phone controlling you and food controlling you. So then when you go into your first day of your whole food plant-based lifestyle transition, which is the purpose of this, right? Because my husband said, well, people are going to do a detox. What are they going to do after the detox? Right. Some people will try to do the detox over and over and over again. And then most people will do the detox and transition into the whole food plant-based lifestyle,
which is what you want to do.
Which is the goal.
Okay, yeah, because we're aiming towards lifestyle changes.
Exactly.
And it takes time. It takes what's the word? How they use it in the computer world? Is to reboot the brain, reboot and defragmentize some of the junk that you have in there, so that you have more room for the good stuff that you plan to. You have to clean up house. That's what I tell my patients. You want to lose weight. You've got all this toxins in your body. That has to go first before you can lose any of the weight.
It does.
The body's going to hold on to fat and water if you have toxins.
Exactly.
And so the first thing you do is cleanse. Of course, reduce your stress. It's gonna help you to lose weight, and you've addressed that.
And sleep. If you notice, I put on there, take a nap, relax, rest, because that's the big issue as well. Not sleeping.
Yeah, and not sleeping could mean that you have the TV on, the phone on, or even if it's just dinging in the night. That's not good sleep.
It's not.
The light is on, something. Those things do affect your proper quality of sleep. So that's your 3-day detox, just kind of like the preliminary in getting into your lifestyle change.
Right.
I think that's really awesome because a lot of people, they get started with, I'm going to change the ship around. And it doesn't happen because they haven't changed their mindset.
Exactly.
And so this is actually the 3 days to change the mindset.
Right. And that's the thing I always say, in order to get permanent results, you have to make permanent changes.
Yeah.
And it starts with that I decided moment. There has to be an internal commitment. Because you can't really bully someone into a whole food plant-based lifestyle.
You have to have a big why.
Yes.
Why you want to do this. And sometimes, some people's why are, I have this big disease or, I want to do something. But don't wait for that. Don't wait for that disease to happen. You want to prevent, and this is where you're taking the initiative on your own life to do that. I am going to do one of my favorite songs. It's from DJ Nicholas, and it's called "Cut It Off." And guess what "Cut It Off" is about?
Right.
Cutting off all the distractions from you getting into the Word and doing the things that you're supposed to do. So I'm going to put on my Cut It Off, DJ Nicholas. And so while we're chit-chatting, you enjoy the rest of the music. All right, we are back and having a great time with Renee Beavers.
Yay!
She's been a professional hair care professional, I should say, for 27 years. Not only is she a teacher, but now she has her own product line, and she was teaching professionals. Now she's teaching all of us how to take care of our hair. And I just learned something really important. Now, how many of us have had our hair braided? I mean, one way in our life. Well, I just learned that when you have your hair braided, it's not a good idea to shampoo while your hair is braided. And I'm going to have the expert Regina explain that, and it does make a whole lot of sense. Regina, tell us why we shouldn't and how we're going to keep our scalp clean while we're in this hairstyle.
Well, one of the reasons why you shouldn't shampoo your hair when it's braided is because you're going to lose 50 to 80 strands of hair a day, whether your hair is braided or it's not braided.
Right.
Well, with that hair shedding, it has nowhere to go. Right. So when you shampoo your hair with the braids in, you get that dreaded effect from shampooing. It's okay to use like an oil that has, peppermint or something like that in it. And even if you kind of just rinse your hair a little bit, not necessarily with shampoo and scrubbing it, you can kind of rinse a little bit if you feel like you're perspiring too much.
Right.
But you don't want to actually rub the hair or manipulate the hair while you have the braids, because that's how you end up losing a lot more hair.
It will tangle
or dread.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's a tip for you guys today, because I had no idea. And I love clean scalp, but with the scalp oil that you gave me, it has all those essential oils in there that actually helps to to keep those bacteria on your scalp at a normal level and balance that out. Awesome. So we talked about the 3-day detox, which is a preliminary getting into the lifestyle change.
Yes.
And so you've taken hair care to a different level, where you're actually addressing the whole body as a whole. And I like that. I like when people think outside the box, because for some reason, like for me, I'm a chiropractor, and everyone just think I should just adjust the spine, but no, I think that there's more to it,
Exactly.
So I'm not just adjusting the spine, I'm actually working on any kind of old injuries you have. I'm showing you how to prevent injuries.
Exactly.
We're also talking about nutrition and how to keep, healthy hygiene. Those kind of things are important. So I like the fact that you took it the next level with, hair care, moving into emotional and spiritual care, and also nutritional care. So now that we've done our 3-day detox, we're going to move in, we've kind of created a little bit of discipline to move into the next level. So tell me a little bit about the next level after the 3-day detox?
Well, I always say that a whole food plant-based lifestyle is the answer that we've been looking for in all the wrong places. Because everyone wants to lose weight, everyone wants pretty skin, everyone wants, all these things to happen, but they're not thinking about the fact that what you put in your body is going to come out. And so the whole food plant-based lifestyle is teaching people how to go back to the old-fashioned thing called cooking. So on YouTube, our channel is The Beaver's Big Journey, and we have 104 videos showing people how to cook plants and make them taste delicious.
Right.
And so it kind of, it changes people's perspective about plants and fruits and vegetables, and I talk about the most beneficial ones and why sometimes we think we're eating, I eat potatoes and corn and tomatoes and I don't see any health benefits because those don't have the same, they're not as nutritionally dense as the ones that I show you, like green vegetables. One of the things I love is, flaxseed. Things like that are going to really help people to kind of make it more of a lifestyle. I show them, on this 21-day journey we just came off of, I gave people kind of tips. What kind of bread should you eat? What type of oils should you eat? What are the most nutritious grains? I talk about even the deodorant that you use, not using, all the chemicals, even toothpaste. All of those play a part in detoxifying and getting yourself into a better lifestyle.
Absolutely. I like the fact that you brought up some of the commodities that we use on a daily basis.
Lotion.
That have so many toxins in there. And when some of my patients do a foot detox here and they're like, where did the heavy metal come from? Oh, from your deodorant, from the filling that you have in your teeth, from sometimes the fish. If you do those farmed fish, they're filled with a lot of antibiotics, and the injections that they give them just to keep them alive, they have heavy metals. Also fluorine in your toothpaste is also another issue too. And I like the fact that you were talking about that too, because we have toothpaste here that have less of those toxic products and is more natural, so you can actually layer your detoxing ability. So Renee, sorry.
Okay.
Renee, I'm ecstatic about the fact that you took this to the next level as far as, eating clean and, using products, suggesting products to people because they don't know how to stay, out of the toxic zone because we're cleansing. How effective do you think it is with educating people, when, say someone, they're already on this, they've been doing this for years, they've always used deodorant, they don't want to sweat, so they want to use the one that does all that stuff, but it has all the oxides in there, So how do you get someone to change that habit?
One of the things that I love about social media is because you kind of get to test the water.
Right.
I do a lot of, giving a lot of information out because I feel like it's not about bullying people.
Right.
It's not about it being an argument or a debate. It's about giving people the information. And my thing is that I think we become a society of followers. We've stopped thinking.
Yeah.
So I feel like my job, my role is to make people think and make them say, I never thought about that. So I try to pose things as a question rather than as a command or a law.
In their own decision.
Let them make their own decision. Bring them along on the journey. So that's why we did a 21-day raw, letting people see it's not that hard. You can do it. The biggest thing people say is they can't afford it. It's too expensive. I don't have time. And when you can show them that there is a better way, because I hold the 3 fingers up: see, follow, see, hear, and act.
Right.
Because if you see it and you hear it, it'll produce an action.
Exactly.
And that's what, because your thoughts produce your habits, and your habits create your lifestyle. And so just kind of helping people to kind of see it, that follow, just like me, come along with me, rather than trying to say you have to do it, showing them me doing it and inviting them along.
Yeah, I think that that's a great approach to, teaching the mass, because there's always going to be someone with the excuse that, oh, it's going to be too expensive, and I think the problem is that their why is not big enough. And the why should be, the big why is like, I want to take care of my temple, okay? I want to, be able to be around for my kids.
Exactly.
That diet, it's not a diet, but it's a lifestyle change. That you're saying to eat 21 days of healthy vegetables and fruits. That's actually awesome for someone who wants to prevent cancer.
Oh yes,
Wants
diabetes.
Diabetes,
Heart disease,
all those metabolic syndromes,
Mm-hmm.
and that is what's killing a lot of Americans today.
It is.
Children and adults. I mean,
Yes.
so this could be definitely a revolutionary move. Once we get this out, and I'm very happy that I'm part of that.
I am too.
And as much as we can, we're just gonna keep sharing this as much people as possible, because I think that there is some information here. There's a lot of information here that some people need to hear. And whether they're on Facebook or listening to allnationsradio.net, or wherever,
Instagram, Twitter, Google Plus, YouTube.
Just Google Renee Beavers, and give us some of your how to reach you.
Okay, my website is www.b3regiment.com.
Okay.
My email address is b3regiment@gmail.com. And my Facebook is my name, Renee Beavers. We also have one called Regiments Journey. On Instagram, it's Regiments Journey.
Okay.
And on Twitter, it's B3 Regiment. And if you want to reach me directly, you can call me at 404-936-1642.
404-936-1642. And email is b3regiment@gmail.com. That's b3regiment.com. Gmail.com. Yeah. All right. So, so that they can interact with you or ask you any questions about products and about the meals that you've been showing on Facebook Live and all that. I think that's awesome.
Thank you.
All right. So, Renee, I'm going to give you the mic for a second, and I'm going to have you, if you were to take 5 minutes and tell me, or tell the audience why it's important to get that information about cooking. A lot of people have left the kitchen. We're eating out, and most people don't want to hear about to cook, because they feel that fast food and all that.
Right.
And I noticed that in my own life that cooking can be fast.
Oh,
it doesn't have to take a whole long time.
It doesn't.
I've actually, and especially if you're eating healthy food, it doesn't take that long.
It doesn't.
You can have fast food right in your kitchen.
That you know what it is.
Exactly. Now, I can say that for myself, but I know you are the master at motivating people about changing the mindset that fast food is driving through a drive-through.
Exactly.
How can you tell, All Nations Radio and the rest of the world how we're going to change our mindset on fast food and get fast food right inside your house with some of the recipes that you have?
Well, the first thing that I would say is that my mission and goal is to bring down the walls of nutritional ignorance. A big part of it, like you said, it's the why. My job is not to tell you what to do or why to do it. My job is to tell you to do how to do it. How can I do this? And so one of the things I always ask people when they say, I don't need to eat healthy, I'm fine. So my question is this: how many times a day do you do number 2?
You know what? You'd be surprised.
So if you're not having at least 2 light brown colored bowel movements per day, you need to change. You're toxic. So I tell people, you're not fat, you're toxic. And until you detoxify your body and your life and your mind and your spiritual life, because you can't fight your will with your will. You have to have something greater than you. And that's the power of God, is to really refocus every day. So I showed the other day, the most important part of my journey is my daily time that I get up and spend with God every day. I couldn't do this in my own power and my own might, because my own power and might wants fried chicken and French fries. Our appetites are what drive us, and we're so driven by our appetites, and that's what's gotten us off course. So I would say that would be my first question: is how is your digestion? Your digestion is not the scale, but that's the one thing that we all have in common, is that our digestion is where the first sign is, and from that you start to see your skin and headaches, and you can't sleep, and your back, that goes all the way to you can't balance your checkbook, and all those things. It's never one thing. So if you make one change, would be to incorporate more whole real foods that you know what they are. You can, it doesn't have any 50 different ingredients
one
in
ingredient
it.
At least.
Right, it's food. And so that would be the thing I would tell people to think about, is because that's the one thing that we ignore, that when you're constipated, that begins to cause a backup in every other area
Do you know
of your life.
That constipation can cause back pain?
Yes.
I have had patients say, "Oh, I've had back pain." How hard
It is.
And then I said, well, I asked them that number one question.
Right.
How many times you go to the bathroom? Oh, yeah, twice a week. What?
So where are all those meals?
Exactly.
Where are all those meals?
And then you ask, what are you eating? Oh, well, McDonald's, I eat meat, I eat this, I eat that. So all that is like the septic tank of everything there. So, I'm just like, well, let's start with the abdomen.
Exactly.
Release some of that, you got to start with cleansing first.
Exactly.
And so they're like, cleansing? I thought you were just going to, adjust my back. Yeah, I can adjust your back, but you're always going to have the pain. I can't just keep working on the symptoms. I got to go to the cause.
Exactly.
So I got to address the nutritional part. I got to talk about cleansing and massaging the stomach and eating some of the roughage food.
Right.
Don't overcook that food so you can get that roughage to stimulate the walls of the colon. And get the goal of at least twice a day.
Right.
So
and that's the minimum.
That's the minimum.
That's the minimum.
Exactly. So educating people is a whole lot, and so I'm glad that in the platform that I have as a chiropractor, I can still address other things, and you're using their platform to address other things too, and I find that very awesome. So that fast food in the kitchen that is healthy. Give me one quick one that you've had.
I always start my day off with a green smoothie.
Okay.
It's a good way to get everything you need in the morning. So before your day gets busy, you can I always say, it's what we break our fast with, because everyone fasts every day. That's what it's called sleep. You wake up, you have breakfast, you're breaking the fast. So I would say that if you could break your fast with a green smoothie. I use 2 cups of spinach, I use 2 tablespoons of flaxseed, I use 8 ounces of almond milk, I use 4 dates, and I use 2 bananas. So that gives you potassium, magnesium, omega-3. You're getting all the things you need. So that's a really quick way. And if you make enough of it, you can eat it for up to 2 days.
Wow.
So if I can get you to change your breakfast, change your breakfast.
At least have breakfast.
Yeah, have that, and you have to break your fast.
Right.
If you break your fast with coffee, you're actually breaking yourself down. You need to break your fast with things that are putting things in.
Building.
Because our body's in a battle every day, and it has to have different things to fight it off. And if we don't equip ourselves with the tools to be able to fight off disease, that's you don't catch cancer. We all have cancer in our body every day, and because we're not fulfilling the needs nutritionally, it ends up catching us. And so when you fill your body with the good things, so that would be my first. It would be to just have a green smoothie every day.
And that's quick. That's like less than 5 minutes.
Very quick.
Less than 5 minutes. And I remember when I was listening to one of your YouTube channel, and you said the most important thing is to prepare.
Chop.
Prep. And that's with anything. If you want to be successful at anything, you have to prep. You have to prepare. So you can fail to prepare and not have success, or have success through preparation. So even with your food, you want to prep. So if you want to make it even faster, you prep ahead all your fruits and stuff,
make it
frozen.
And you have it cut up.
Right.
On Sundays, I tell people that I have my Sunday is my prep day and Wednesday is my prep day. So I get my vegetables cut up. I get everything, the things I'm going to make, I prep them. So then that way throughout the week, it's easier.
So that's the fast food right there.
Yes, that's fast food.
It's you already have it cut up. It's already in the frozen freezer, and all you have to do is add your almond milk. Put in things, zoom, and you're ready to eat.
The only food that I wouldn't want people to freeze in advance, because I just learned this, is that broccoli is so beneficial for you raw.
Right.
But the chemicals that really help us to get the benefits are only released when it's cut. So with broccoli, I would say cut it up, then freeze it.
Okay.
You don't want to cut, but you want to make sure you get all the benefits of broccoli. So I would say that, like we use the Super 7 salad, it's so good because the broccoli is already cut up, so it's raw, and you're getting raw, and it's so many easy, simple. And I try to show simple ways of, like I showed how to make spaghetti in like 15 minutes, literally, with a plant base. Because when you're using plants, you don't want to overcook them.
Right.
So it's less expensive, it's more nutritious, and it's so much quicker.
Right. So tell everybody, where they can find all your preps and stuff when you
Okay,
feel
if you go on our YouTube channel, The Beaver's Big Journey, on YouTube, we have 104 different videos to show how to cook, grocery store, which oils to use. I mean, everything is on there on our YouTube channel as far as the videos.
Okay.
But I do one-on-one classes, I do group sessions, I do seminars.
Wow.
It's just I'm available because I know the message is bigger than me, so I want to make sure that I mastered the message. Now I want to reach the masses.
Awesome. So if you have a ministry of your in your church, you want Renee to come out and have a talk about health and eating. You mentioned something I wanted to bring up, dates. Did you say you had dates?
Yes, dates are in the base of our smoothies.
And excuse me, but dates are also mentioned in the Bible back in the days, how that actually is so nutritious.
Oh, very nutritious. And it's the best sweetener. It's the only sweetener with nutrition, even compared to honey.
Yes. Probably have a very low glycemic level.
Very low glycemic.
And I know that dates is good for people who are diabetic and all that stuff. So, even in the Bible, it also spells out some of the good foods that you can use to help to nutrition, have high nutritional value. Right. It's good for your body.
And fight disease.
And fight disease.
Medicine, food is medicine.
Food is medicine. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I love you already.
I love you too.
I know. So food is your medicine. I mean, not a lot of people are gonna agree, but I tell you, there's a lot more people that can prove to you how food is medicine compared to the ones who are taking other kind of medicine. They're dead and gone.
Exactly. I always say that I give you, if you try a whole food plant-based lifestyle, it's a money back guarantee. It's guaranteed to work.
Now, are you saying that to become a vegetarian or just have whole food?
The reason why if you notice, I don't say I'm a vegan or vegetarian. I'm a whole food plant-based eater because saying you're a vegetarian or vegan tells you what you take out. I'm telling you what my diet is made up of. Whole food, plant-based. If you're going to eat meat, you don't want to eat processed meat. I'm against processed foods, not whole foods. If you're going to eat meat, if you can eat meat and still go to the bathroom 2 times a day with then you can eat it. Some people's transit time is too slow to process meat. So that's why I don't say, I don't believe that there's good and bad foods. I believe there's good choices and bad choices. And so it's more about eating whole plant foods.
And what works for your body. I know there are a couple of books out there, Dr.Z on Eat Right for your blood type and so forth. And
I've tried all that.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried it too. And there's some things in there that I know that I'm not really big on. He wants me to eat more red meat, and I don't really care for red meat. So, but I understand what he's trying to say. Eat the foods that allow your body to function, based on the blood type. And there's some science behind that. Now, as far as the whole foods, the reason why we're saying whole food is because they're not genetically modified.
They're not highly processed. They're not refined. They're real in their natural state. So that your body can actually break down and get the enzymes or whatever that's in there that will be medicine to your body. Exactly.
So, some people don't understand the concept of whole food and organic.
They think it's a grocery store. It's not a grocery store. It's the Bible was the originator of Whole Foods, but they just didn't name a grocery store after it. It's actually eating food the way God designed it.
Exactly. And I'm, now we've got all these diseases out there. And I think that's one of the reasons because we're not eating food straight out of the ground the way it's designed to be eaten or digested in our body. Another thing that I find that's very high is the reduction of enzymes. Because of the foods that we're eating, we don't have the right enzymes that help break down some of these things. So some people have to supplement on enzymes. Enzymes also to help break down some of the plants.
And there's some natural enzymes.
Well, let's hear about them.
The 2 natural enzymes that I love and I recommend to people who struggle with that, but normally that's a gut issue. Once your once your body gets healthier, your body will build its own enzymes. But great enzymes if you're struggling with indigestion and acid reflux would be papaya and pineapple. Those are great natural digestive enzymes. Because every single food has a medicinal purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But because we don't know what they are, we use them as condiments
Mm-hmm.
rather than making them the bulk
Food.
of our. Because
Right.
I used to think you had to take. I used to always think, oh, you got to take probiotics. But if you give your body prebiotics, which is onions, broccoli,
Mm-hmm.
cabbage, cauliflower, green vegetables, those are the prebiotics.
Mm-hmm.
It feeds your good bacteria, so your good bacteria is
Right.
not starving.
Right.
But why put more children in your stomach if you can't feed the ones you already have?
Yeah, well, it's
So
true.
you got to eat more of the raw fruits and vegetables, prebiotics.
Yeah.
So you don't have to take probiotics.
I found that leek. Do you know
Leeks.
leek is
Oh,
also
leeks.
a prebiotic?
Yes.
I've always seen it in the supermarket,
Yes.
and it's never been like a food that I have
In a part of your diet.
Right, because I mean, as a Jamaican, it's scallion. It looks like scallion, or what we
A giant scallion.
Right.
Yeah.
So one day I read up something and I'm like, man, this thing is good. So I went ahead and bought it. I didn't know how to cook it, so I Googled. And then that thing tastes so good.
All of them are delicious.
And that's and I know there are a lot of people like, oh, I don't eat that stuff, but they've never tried it. They've never ventured out from what they usually do. And I did, and I found a new love.
Yes.
Leek.
Yeah.
I never thought I've always passed and like, it looks like a giant grass. But then when I cooked it,
Right, it was
it was
delicious.
awesome. And it's also considered a prebiotic.
It is a cruciferous vegetable. All cruciferous vegetables have that probiotic, prebiotic effect in your body.
Right.
And like with garlic, if you're struggling with digestion and problems with your stomach, raw garlic chopped up and swallowed is so good for helping to regulate your blood pressure and helping the digestion of your good bacteria in your stomach.
Yeah, and helping when you're getting sick.
Yes, it does. It does.
Yeah, that's my number one pill. I mean, if I get starting to feel like I'm getting sick, I just cut the clove fresh and cut it like a pill and just swallow it down.
Yeah.
And
how much
get
does that
some
cost
rest.
you? Like 5 cents?
Yeah.
And what's the side effects?
Nothing.
Exactly.
I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning like good as new, and no drowsiness or anything like that. And some of these things are passed down from generation to generation, but there's been a gap in that,
There has been.
and the disconnection in the generations, the latter ones. And again from Jamaica, I've gotten some information from my grandparents. My mom, she a few trickled down, but it's getting less and lesser, and we need to bring that back.
All back together.
You had mentioned that you learned a lot from a neighbor, and
Well, my grandparents were vegetarians.
Okay.
I grew up with my grandparents were vegetarians, but then we live in Montgomery. I have a neighbor that is like 87 years old.
Right.
She still drives. She still does everything, and we talk about different things. And I said we need to get back to teaching. The older women need to teach the younger women.
Yes.
Instead of the older women, the older women want to be young rather than teaching the younger women.
Right.
And so I just think that if we go back to teaching cooking
Passing it
and
down.
the importance of
There you go.
vegetables and what are the benefits, because if you look at every single fruit and vegetable, it has a benefit without any consequence. But we would rather blame the fruits and vegetables than to blame the bad foods the poor foods that we're eating. I have a headache when I eat that. Well, did you eat it with a hamburger?
Right.
Or did you eat it
Without
with,
salt and all that.
so we blame the fruits and vegetables. We don't blame the things that are really the culprits.
Right.
So the fruits and vegetables get the bad rap and get pushed to the side, and we continue to eat the foods that are killing us and making our bodies toxic and making us sick.
Yeah, we definitely have to break the trend and get the younger, as adults and, getting the next generation going, because they're going to be really obese if you want to, make some changes.
Yes.
Because right now they just really eating the bad fast food.
They
We're
are.
gonna have to show them how to, prepare.
And that's why
healthy
we use
foods at
things
home.
like Instagram and
Right, 'cause
Twitter,
they're
so
the
we reach
ones
a
on there.
wider range of people,
Exactly.
a bigger demographic.
Exactly.
Because they're not going to read the paper, and that's why a lot of times, who keeps asking me, make a cookbook, and I said, I'll do that, but people are going to use YouTube before they're going to use a cookbook.
That's what I did.
You know,
with the
hey,
leek.
Google, you Google.
I Googled it.
Yeah, you Google.
So and the generation that we're dealing with, it's all on their phone, on their hands.
Yeah.
If you make it fun and they know it can be done
Interactive.
quick, because they don't even know their parents are not cooking, so
No.
they have no idea how much fun you
Cooking
can have
is.
in the kitchen.
Mhm.
My mom was a 4-H teacher. She taught how to
Really?
cook.
That's like a dying art. That's
Yeah.
like gone now.
We need some more. We need more
Yeah.
of those. And I can cook. I don't tell everybody, because but I do. I can cook, and when I do cook, some people are like, wow, I didn't know cabbage could taste so good. And talking about cabbage, we have a friend of ours that we know together, and
cabbage soup,
cabbage on the go, cabbage on the go, right? And her cabbage is off the chain.
It's really good.
Oh my God! I mean, pickled cabbage.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
So it's just about getting the information out, introducing to it's not a new concept; it's an old concept. It's just dying, and we just need to revive that and get people educated about how to eat healthy, how to stay healthy from the inside out.
Right. And I always say sometimes you have to go backwards to go forward.
Yeah.
And sometimes what's old needs to be new again because there was nothing wrong with it.
We
keep fixing the things that are not broken and leaving the things that are broken.
There's nothing new under the sun.
No.
As a matter of fact, if we go right back to the Bible, it will just tell us exactly what to do. But you know what? Not everybody goes into the Bible.
And another question I ask people other than the bowel movement is that what do the animals that you're eating, what do they eat? So if the animals are eating grass and we're eating the animals, but the animals aren't sick, what's wrong with them? That's rhetorical.
Something is going on there.
Yeah, and we've gotten away from that because even biblically, meat was more ceremonial. It was not a part of their everyday diet. And initially in the Bible before the fall, we were all plant eaters. Right. Everybody was. So it's not to say you should or you shouldn't eat meat. It's just a matter of you looking at your body and your system and seeing if I'm eating this and it's causing me all these problems, then maybe I need to stop eating that.
Yeah.
And the more of the fruits and vegetables, because we're really supposed to get 9 servings of fruits and vegetables a day.
Right.
People say, oh my gosh, that's too much. Well, if the majority of what you eat is fruits and vegetables, it kind of makes it easier for you. So I always say it's more important to think about what you should eat rather than me telling you what you should eat.
No, you're not.
So if you guys eat 9 fruits and vegetables a day, that kind of leaves a little bit less whole grain fruits and vegetables, not dry bananas and fruit roll-ups. That is not whole food.
I know some people
cherry, strawberry flavored Oreos is not a whole food.
Oh my goodness. Some people actually think that is.
I watch people even when we do the Daniel, we used to do the Daniel. People say, oh yeah, I'm doing the Daniel. And they would eat like banana chips. I'm like, but why wouldn't you eat a real banana?
Right.
With the enzymes and all the vitamins and the minerals and the antioxidants are not going to be in there once you dry them. Right. So eating it the way God designed it is more of a whole food. And so that's what this is all about.
So that's the key. That's the key is the whole
food, plant-based, the way God made it.
All right, guys. So you heard it from Renee Beavers. It's all about whole foods and plant-based and the whole person. So if you want great hair, great skin, if you want to lose weight or stay healthy, you have to make the decision. You have to plan. You have to have a big why. And with that, we're going to take a quick break because we're going to come back and give you all the information on how to reach her, how to find her on Facebook, in their live sessions, and how to get a hold of this 3-day detox and turn that ship around for your health. So after these messages, we'll be right back. That was Christofari, and right now we're at the point where we're going to be closing out, and you have been listening to allnationsradio.net. This is Dr.Z and Coleman, and in the studio we have Renee Beavers. She is the CEO of Regiment 3-Day Detox, the whole system about cleansing, and she has a couple of she has Facebook, Instagram, even Google Plus and Pinterest and Twitter. All those. So what I want to do before we close out is give all the ways that we can find you, because I think that the information that you have is very important. Go ahead.
Well, I would say the easiest way to find me is to Google my name, Renee M. Beavers, or you can go to our website at www.b as in boy, 3, regimen, REGIMENT. You can reach us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at The Beavers Big Journey, and our YouTube channel is The Beavers Big Journey on YouTube.
The Beavers Big Journey on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Okay, so it's b3regiment@gmail.com, and you can reach her at 404-936-1642.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 404-936-1642. So you guys, you have everything you need right now to get started. don't delay. Don't put something that you can do today off for tomorrow, because tomorrow is not guaranteed to us. And of course, if you want to really carry out God's work, you have to have a healthy temple. So you got to start with you. And so that was what this whole conversation is about. I mean, we started from the tip of our hair to the bottom of our feet.
Yes.
Exactly. So, Renee, I really appreciate you coming in today, coming to my office and just sharing some great information that I know that, my listeners really appreciate. And I'm sure they're going to be calling and, inquiring about, how to get started in, turning that ship around for their health. Any last words?
Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for the commitment to the mission of God's message being spread in different ways, because everyone's call is not to the pulpit.
Right.
So thank you for providing a platform for the message to reach the masses.
Oh, thank
and
you
I
very
love
much.
you, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life.
Me too, Renee. Okay, so I'm going to have you back, definitely.
Okay.
We're going to have to do something another time.
Okay.
I'm going to let you know how all my products work, and I'm definitely going to share it with my audience.
Now
too.
you have a regimen.
I have a regiment. So that means I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to stick to the program because it's a system. And, in order for the system to work, I got to make sure I do it right and work them together.
Yes. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Easy as 1, 2, 3. There you go. All right, guys. So once again, we are here every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. You're listening to the Living Well radio show on allnationsradio.net. Goodbye.
Goodbye.